Okay, so this course isn't about me, it's about you. But I'd like to share part of my story in order to encourage you to give the approach that I'm sharing with you a chance and to realize the extent to which you can actually see drastic improvements in your life. In 2022, September of 2022, I experienced a severe panic attack, and I actually thought I was having heart issues. So I was rushed to the hospital. All my vitals were okay, but I was not able to breathe. I was experiencing shortness of breath, and I was panicking about panicking as well because the doctors were saying it's only a panic attack, try to relax. And I could not bring myself to relax. But what ended up saving me was remembering an approach to therapy that I was familiar with. It's called internal family systems therapy, which I'll explain how it works. But the key idea that I remembered was that I'm not experiencing a panic attack. A part of me is experiencing a panic attack. And there is more to me than that part. And this resourcefulness around the part that is panicking is able to extend support, extend love to the panicking part. So while in the hospital, I remembered internal family systems therapy, and then I said to myself, I'm not panicking. A part of me is panicking, and then I started speaking to that panicking part. It's okay. I'm here for you. I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry that we ended up in this situation, but I will support you through this. I love you. I care about you, and so on. My heart rate went from 119 to around 90 or 91 within a minute of just me focusing that support to the panicking part and not associating myself or being consumed by the panic. I was able to sort of compartmentalize it. It's still a part of me. I'm not disassociating from the panic, but I'm not being engulfed. I'm not being consumed by the panic. But what also ended up happening is that after the panic attack, I started experiencing doom and gloom thoughts. I felt like there was a dark cloud above me, and there was something about the world that's unsafe, and that the world will never be safe again. I will not be able to experience happiness. I will not be able to experience joy, not because I don't want to, but because the nature of reality does not allow me to. And this was a really scary experience. Like I said, it was gloomy. I started crying like spontaneously while walking around the house in my mother's place. I felt a lot of shortness of breath. I felt fragile. I felt vulnerable. I didn't know what to do with my life. I lost ambition. The world felt like a scary place. I didn't even feel comfortable drinking water because I thought I would choke on the water itself. This is how fragile I became. And Not just drinking water, breathing. Like I couldn't hold my breath for like 4 seconds because I felt like I'm about to die. Like I can't even breathe. Like I'm experiencing shortness of breath on a regular basis. How can I hold my breath? There's nothing to hold. This is how I felt. But this curse became a blessing. It made me realize. It opened me up to different healing modalities. I started looking into supplementation, so the role of magnesium glycinate, L-theanine. There are certain other supplements that I started using in order to improve my physiology, which also improved my mental well-being. So, and I looked into the havening technique, which is a way to soothe the body and make it feel safe. This exploration allowed me to become a lot more resilient, and now I get to experience joy without the fear that I used to associate that used to compromise the joy or happiness I was experiencing. There was always this sort of touch of fear or apprehension whenever I would experience positive emotions. But that has reduced drastically, and I'm actually able to experience joy. I'm able to be optimistic, seek out opportunities as a result of this. So, whatever negative emotions you're experiencing and whatever intensity of emotion you're experiencing, you'll be able to overcome this with the right approach to your healing and with your emotions. Like I've said before, and I'll mention this at the end of the course, working with your emotions through a cognitive therapy approach, which is what internal family systems is, and there are other approaches as well, but that is only one component of a healthy, happy life. We need to take into consideration other aspects of life, such as exposure to nature, moving the body, the trauma that gets locked up within the body and how to release it. There are other tools that we can use in order for us to achieve, to experience the life we want. But the way we work with our emotions, the relationship we have with our emotions plays a major part in our capacity to even explore these other healing modalities or these other ways of personal and life improvement. If we're not able to have a healthy relationship with our emotions, they will get in the way of whatever habit you want to eliminate. So the bad habits that you want to eliminate and the good habits that you want to adopt. You'll hopefully start seeing results as you go through the course, as you begin to understand how to work with your emotions and by actually starting to have healthy conversations with your emotions. So that's one aspect of my life story. I've also had to deal with grief that I didn't even know existed. After losing a friend in 2017, I thought the first, let's say, 2 weeks were really intense. And then with time, I was able to, or at least I thought I had sort of moved on emotionally. But then I mentioned him in passing in an online gathering, and I started to sob like I couldn't control myself. Uh, and I was first like surprised by what had happened because I didn't expect that I was holding on and numbing a pain that I did not allow myself to experience. But with internal family systems, with other forms of healing, I was able to make peace with my grief and actually overcome it. Not only that, uh, I would actually say, even if there's still an element of grief, I would actually give it space to express itself. It's okay to cry on occasion. It's okay to feel negative emotions. This is something that we'll talk about soon as well. Negative emotions are, or they play a positive role in our lives. They're not bad, but experiencing them on a chronic basis is when they actually no longer serve us. They compromise the quality of life that we want to live. So this is again part of my life story and how I was able to see results with IFS and other healing modalities in my toolbox. I encourage you to give internal family systems a try through the course as we go through the course, as well as preparing your own toolbox on things that you want to practice, things that may allow you to improve your life. See you in the next video.